Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The extremely controversial Trinamool Congress Member of Parliament Mahua Moitra has landed up in a terrible scandal. The scandal is so infamous. The allegations are so serious and so grave that if there's even 1% truth in the allegations, then it could be the end of her political career. Ladies and gentlemen, what are the allegations that have been made by a BJP Member of Parliament, Nishikant Dubey, against Mahua Moitra? The allegations are very simple. The allegations are basically that Mahua Moitra was the voice directly or indirectly for a business group called the Hiranandani Group, which has interests in multiple areas. And that she was the voice for this corporate group. They were using her. They were asking their questions through her. They were pushing their agenda through Mahua. And that, as a quid pro quo, she was receiving benefits of various kinds. Basically, therefore, the allegations against Mahua Moitra is that she is the key player in a cash for query scam. This is one of the worst allegations that can be made against a Member of Parliament if it is true that she has bartered the sanctity of her political office for personal gain, or even if whether or not the element of quid pro quo is established, whether she has worked as an agent for a corporate group. Of course, the Hiranandani Group has denied this. Of course, Mahua Moitra has denied this. She says that there is a particular lawyer called Jai Anant Dehadrai, who she had a friendship with, and because their friendship ended, he has made these allegations against her. Now, whether or not that is true, whether or not there is a X angle to all this is immaterial. Mahua Moitra must start speaking in a mature way. She must realize out here that the allegations have nothing to do with the fact whether she had a friendship or whatever her equation with this lawyer called Jai Anant Dehadrai has been in the past, who is an advocate of the Supreme Court of India, whose letter to Nishikant Dubey, Member of Parliament in the Lok Sabha, has been annexed by Nishikant Dubey in his letter to the Lok Sabha authorities. The fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, that these allegations, which amount to a complaint to the Director, Central Bureau of Investigation, are part of a signed affidavit by Jai Anant Dehadrai, son of Anant Dehadrai, who is presently a lawyer and the advocate in the Supreme Court. So these are very, very strong allegations. I think Mahua Moitra has not understood the seriousness of the allegations yet, so she's trying to trivialize it. I think there are 7 questions I'd like to ask to Mahua Moitra, and I hope that she will answer them with some level of seriousness, not in the usual trivial nature in which she is known to speak. The first question is, in Parliament, why were there so many questions asked by Mahua Moitra which are directly related to the business interests of the Hiranandani Group? And let me explain this. There are many, many business groups in the country. How is it that there is one business group whose interests seem to be at the core of Mahua Moitra's parliamentary questioning? More than 50% of the questions he's asking in a fixed period are related to the business interests of this group. My second question is, ladies and gentlemen, was the parliamentary questions route used by the Hiranandani Group via Mahua Moitra? In other words, did they have some access to her parliamentary login? Or did they have access to her through which they would push their business interests or their questions through Mahua Moitra in Parliament? Now that gives one particular business group a lot of access to Parliament. One particular business group almost seems, if it has some leverage over a Member of Parliament, can be in a situation to be directly questioning this ministry and that ministry's actions. And if it is camouflaged that through a Member of Parliament, through Mahua Moitra, then Mahua Moitra can't avoid that questioning. That's why Mahua Moitra better get serious. The third question is, will the IT logs through the National Informatics Centre reveal whether Mahua Moitra shared her parliamentary login details? If she has, she should quit Parliament. and quit politics. She is trivializing it. She is saying, oh, but everybody uses parliamentary secretaries to ask questions. That's not the point. Mahua Moitra, you need to understand that the Hiranandani group have access to your login. Fourthly, was Mahua Moitra on the Hiranandani side in his business war with the Adani group? It is believed Adani and Hiranandani group have had some kind of a clash or battle or competing business interests. Mahua Moitra has taken a constantly anti-Adani position and has tried to portray it as if it is her principled position. But rather than being a principled position, was it the result of her unusually close equation with this business group called the Hiranandani group? Fourth, as the Minister for IT, Rajiv Chandrasekhar, tweeted today very significantly, how is it that the language of the Hiranandani group's requests and lobbying and the language of Mahua Moitra's questions in her parliamentary questions placed, how are they so similar? How can this be a coincidence, viewers? You see, viewers, people don't come from a position of clarity and purity of intent. You want to take on the Adani group, take it on as much as you want. But are you taking them on your own? Are you taking it on the prodding or influence of another corporate group? Then you are an agent for a corporate group. Next question, does the trail of Mahua Moitra's parliamentary questions have a link to the Hiranandani interest? Instead of answering, now Mahua Moitra is going on with this whole funny thing that I had a relationship with this lawyer, the relationship broke, he didn't return various gifts, and we fought, and then she's trying to make this out to be a very trite issue. Mahua Moitra, it is not a small issue. It doesn't matter who you had a friendship with, who broke off from you, who you broke away from, it is irrelevant. So instead of answering, is she trying to foolishly as usual, trying to divert public attention from this huge scandal by talking about this friendship gone sour kind of angle? Ladies and gentlemen, the whole country is asking this question because if members of parliament become the voice for corporates in parliament and not the voice of the people, then they should be disowned by the political parties who put them there in the first place. We'll see how the Trinamool Congress responds, but the fact is that the Trinamool Congress Member of Parliament, Mahua Moitra, is in a terrible, dangerous cash for queries scandal.